Oh, I think we out here, fam. We big out here. Oh. Yes. Okay. Oh. We in a racing mood today. How we all doing? I've been working on some paintings, working on some stuff. Check it out. So stoked, so excited. You can see we got new angles, new such, so we can watch me do some painting, watch me do some stuff, and then boom, we got tabletop view. Some new shells coming in. We got new work to do. I'm gonna finish up my spaghetti here while we go ahead and watch some racing and some history of off-road racing. I used to be really into off-road racing, and we're going to get back into it. I'm also into road racing. I've raced on many racetracks around the world, including the Nürburgring, Dubai Autodrome, and several others around California and things like that, and I've just been high speed a majority of my life. That's probably why I broke L4 and L5 when I was 13 years old on a quad in Glamis. So, I just got more ideas of doing racing things again in my life and getting more serious about it. I have taken it as fun for a very long time, but I would like to get into racing more seriously. So, this has kind of been a way where I can also get into the world of it and supply either racers or fans of racing with artwork and things that relate to stuff that they already watch, enjoy, and spend thousands of dollars to keep and maintain. Hundreds of thousands of dollars for these off-road machines. It's absolutely crazy. Even the on-road, like one of these cars is literally $20 million. To get into the sport of F1 is tens and tens of millions of dollars. It is not cheap, and it is not for the faint of heart. That's karting. Karting costs tens of thousands of dollars. Just the little go-karts. So, I always have appreciated it and taken it very serious, and yeah, it's something that we can all work on, and we can all end up doing together. So, I like the fact we have many racetracks over here in Arizona, around my central area. It's not too bad, and I plan to have some cars soon that are at least capable of going on the track for some sort of track days. I don't wanna push myself too much in life. I do want to have a lot of fun though. So the sim rig is not just simulator. I actually race. So it's time to get back more into it. And I also like the idea of going to races and painting at them. I've seen several of artists do that in the past, and I want to start doing that at all these off-road races as well, and start having fun and DJing and throwing parties at them, because I've seen that at every one of these. F1 races consistently have some of the largest DJs known to mankind. I saw Aerosmith and the Kings of Leon for my show. Aerosmith was fucking insane. It was like in the 2010s, early 2010s at Abu Dhabi Yas Marina Circuit. And it was for the F1 race there. So I got to watch. It was Sebastian Vettel at the time for Red Bull, and he was taking on Lewis Hamilton, and it was a really amazing race. So look forward to more racing of that nature too. I plan to get more into it. I've raced open wheel race car before. I've done that experience and had an amazing time. Oh, and I've actually flown real planes and stuff too. So all my flight simulator stuff I'm about to get addicted to like crack is very, very meaningful to me. And then I want to get back into the train simulator as well. I was able to pick up my grandfather's train simulator, so I will be utilizing this thing more. Let me see. No, that one's gonna wait for another day. I'm not done quite setting it up, and I need new software for it and things like that. So I've just been working with what I can, and that's why you saw me racing last night with King of the Hammers. I was really excited to play with the Johnson Valley thing for the off-road racing. It's cool that this weekend was the race. I wasn't able to make it. It's 5.5, 6 hours away, and it's like a week of camping to actually stay for the event. So F1 racing is kind of similar. You got to travel somewhere, go, stay, and it's a whole weekend process. It's not just one race. It's like you have practice, and then on Fridays, qualifying Saturday, and then racing on Sunday. With King of the Hammers, there's literally an entire week of different classes of racing, and King of the Hammers is actually only like 2 or 3 days. But it's over a week of events with off-road trophy trucks, sand cars, dune buggies, little like Beetles that they turn into off-road vehicles, kind of like Baja 1000. So Baja 500, 1000. Those are really neat sports to me, and yeah, I've been doing too many of these for too many years. I've done a few off-road race trucks, and I am going to challenge myself tonight to start another one. It's been a long process to get the studio set up to where I can actually paint live for you guys and get it all comfortable and everything. I'm really happy with the whole setup, and it looks clean, and it looks nice. And we got the new microphone. I just have to be closer to the mic than I was anticipating, but it's fine. I like it. I like it here. We're good. I don't have it on a boom, but I have it on the table. And so we got all the painting, we got everything all set up, and so tomorrow will be a much longer stream where I will finish that painting to this level of detail, hopefully by tomorrow. That's at least the goal. I'm gonna get close. I'm gonna try really hard. I gotta get cranking on pieces and make them more efficient. And over the years, I've done so many of these things. They do crank out a lot faster, I will admit. Every once in a while, like this one, just earlier, I had a bad habit of, I found one of this silver marker, and so I was going through here and making some new highlights and some things to just make it pop and give it that little extra flair. And I think that that's kind of things that set art apart, is the fact that it can never be done completely until you actually call it done. So I can go in here and make some grooves to the tires. I can make outlines. I can make things that actually give it character on top of the paint that I've already applied. I can use this paint pen years later from the completion. This was completed in 2019, and I could still go through here and just add little touches. It needs it. It gives it a pop. I love this silver outline. This silver outline really does give it kind of a sketchy kind of feel, and for things such as the suspension and components that could use an outline, this is helpful. So really stoked, and this allows me to give more character to the painting, and I can keep it going. But like I said, I've been working on this painting for way too long. I've been just, you get lost in these things for literally ever. So I'm going to get lost on another painting tonight, and we're going to start a Ultra 4 painting, which is the class that started King of the Hammers. It is run by mainly four-wheel drive vehicles and things that go over high speed and rocks and everything in between. It's really sick. So we're gonna watch a documentary along the side. I'm gonna finish my spaghetti here, so I'm gonna turn the camera over while we go ahead and finish this documentary up, and we're gonna watch this together, and then we're gonna just finish the spaghetti up, and then I'll be painting while the documentary is going on, so you can watch it'll be in the little screen, not the big screen. But for right now, we'll go ahead and open this up and switch over, and boom. Okay, so this is going to be a painting dedicated to the Monster Energy vehicle that started in 2022, but has been racing all the way through to just this year even. And I have a recording of that, but we will watch this on YouTube. Shout out my YouTube that's been growing lately. I'm so happy you guys are adding more followers and more likes and more
greatest team in off-road meets the
views every day. So keep watching, but this one is a featured video that go ahead and check out what these racers are up to.
Monster Energy's legendary off-road team congregates each year in the Mojave Desert for 2 weeks of desert and rock racing. It's a happening that is often equated to the Burning Man of off-road, where 100,000 fans turn out to watch top racers do the rock dance. Truly an experience that is like nothing else in off-road, really nothing else in racing. A desolate Mojave lake bed in California for 3 weeks in the dead of winter becomes a motorhome city, full of enthusiasts, racers, crews, spectators, and everyone in between, all in one place to celebrate.
It's really insane how big this thing has grown to be.
Environment racing, the rocks. This is the Optima Batteries King of the Hammers, and we are the Monster Energy team taking our shot at earning the coveted scepter. The trophy the Race of Kings champion will hoist at the end of this 3 weeks. As a company, Monster Energy has been creating energy-filled drinks for years and has been fueling core athletes in sports worldwide.
Low-key, I had a small addiction to them in my teens to early 20s. I am in my early 30s now. I am over energy drinks on the regular. I try to keep healthy caffeine in my life, but like,
have both won the Race of Kings multiple times. They are joined by their Monster Energy teammates.
So, in honor of their service to the sport, to the thing, and everything, I want to do a painting featuring them.
The Terrible Hertz
like
team,
Ferrari
and rock
painting.
racers Von Gittin Jr., a drift star turned rock donkey,
off-road racing series.
and Casey Curry, whose family is legendary in off-road racing. I'm your host, Cameron Steele, a Baja 1000 champion, but I want to be king. Not a poser, but I've yet to be verified in the rocks. I've been with the Monster Familia for 2 decades, and alongside different teammates, all race in 6 categories, starting with Motos Week 1 and wrapping up with the Race of Kings Week 3. I don't need this aggravation in my life, but for some reason, I keep coming back, beating my head against the rocks. This is the Monster Energy team taking on the 19th annual Optima Batteries King of the Hammers. Let's burn some fuel, take on the rocks. King of the Hammers is the creation of rock-passionate Dave Cole, who has as much fun on the trails as anyone. 3 weeks of racing and stunning fans, King of the Hammers builds to a crescendo over a couple weeks where the final act is the Race of Kings. You may ask, what the heck is King of the Hammers?
We take 100,000 off-road enthusiasts, mix them out here in the desert, no cell service, no electrical grid, and build a city. And we race through it for 3 weeks. Dirt bikes start first, trophy trucks, desert race the next weekend, and then all concludes with the actual King of the Hammers races, which is 3 days of that. UTVs, EMC race, and then the big 4,400 race.
One of the hardest off-road races in the U.S.
You got to show up ready to go, so preparation is key. If the desert doesn't take you out, the rocks will.
Like a more 50% mental and 50% vehicle and physical as well, so it's definitely a trying race to take you to other limits that you have to find yourself in.
And I keep coming back because this is like the most competition that you can get all year. It's the only race that we race that we get all the short course racers, all the desert racers, all the rock bouncers, everybody's in one place. So it's really like the proving grounds of off-road.
We got all the different kinds of terrain. They build us a short course track out here for the infield to jump and do a bunch of stuff on, and then we go out into the desert, run desert sections, and then right out of the desert into some of the gnarliest rocks you'll ever see in the world.
3 words for Hammers: gathering of the tribe, the entire desert community is here. Insane with the amount of vehicles, racers, people, fans all gathered in one spot. Emotional, being out there racing in the deserts we all grew up in, being connected to it. Those are my 3 words.
King of the Hammers to me, I've never been to Burning Man, but it's something like Burning Man.
Burning Man.
Burning Man.
Burning Man.
Burning Man for deer heads.
Wide open.
Badass.
Rocks.
Oh man, King of the Hammers is gnarly.
Amazing.
It's insane.
It's brutal.
Crazy.
I only need one word, that's just chaos.
Wide open fun, that is King of the Hammers.
Along this journey to the Race of Kings, we will meet key members of our Monster Energy team, and no one races harder than 3-time King Shannon Campbell. He is a hardcore, rock-smashing champion.
Hey, my name's Shannon Campbell. I'm from Lakeside, Arizona. I've been racing KOH since the 2nd year they had it, which would be 2008. First year out, I won. Everybody said don't win a guy on a 1-seater with air shocks that ever win this, and I started dead last and finished first. I got lucky. I started back in the 90s and started building Jeeps and wheeling on the weekends with my friends, just doing dumb stuff, and ended up evolving into rock crawling and competition rock crawling, and then, you know, eventually racing. Yep, my kids, I got them involved when I think they were, you know, Waylon started riding when he was 11 and started competing at 14, and my daughter wanted to follow suit and get in the mix of the things, and yeah, it's been kind of a family affair. Waylon, I remember passing him out there in the middle of nowhere. We got to this next checkpoint, and the course kind of went out here a little bit, and I jumped out of the wash. He went that way, and I went this way, beat him to the checkpoint. All I had to do was finish on corrected time, and I got him, and he ended up getting me. We dropped back door, and he took off thinking, oh yeah, I won, I'm winning, you know what I mean? And he crossed the finish line, and I came in right behind him on 3 wheels, and you know, a lot of people were mad, like, I can't believe you didn't let your son win. I was like, man, I don't let anyone win. You know, it takes a lot of work to get here, and he's got his whole life to do this.
That's ballsy. Yeah, I mean, you just gotta push, you know?
Won this race,
His son can't win, then he can't win, you know?
I've won from not giving up. I was thinking, oh my God, I'm done, I'm never gonna make it. And I just kept going, you just never quit, you know? And it's crazy, you can't give up because everybody else is having the same day you are. You can go as hard as you want, but it's not done till the fat lady sings at the end, you get that trophy in your hand.
Once we catch our breath from Shannon's antics, we'll get you some Racing Kings qualifying as the Monster Energy team takes on the Hammers, presented by Sparco Motorsports. It's time to qualify as we follow the Monster Energy team taking on King of the Hammers, presented by Sparco Motorsports. The Race of Kings offers no guarantees. Nothing about the rocks that King of the Hammers does. Finishing is a stretch for most, and winning is equal parts hauling the mail and pure survival. 4400 is the unlimited class of racing at Hammers. There are others, but 4400 is the last and most important race of the 3 weeks, which is why it's known as the Race of Kings.
Okay, sorry, I had to post that I was going online. It's been a while since I've been online, and I needed to actually.
Always ready to take their shot at the clean air.
How does the sound by the way? Can you hear like an echo from
You can
the
make
sound
it your whole weekend. You go
in the
take the
microphone?
chances to push past to be up front, and you.
I
you
know
have
my
the
voice
risk of
probably sounds
starting
pretty
dead last
decent,
because you
which
made
is
a
nice.
silly little
But
mistake.
how does
I
it
got through there
sound?
without taking out a tire or tearing anything up, so I'm happy.
We had a
Like when I'm not
strategy
talking,
going in.
you
We
know?
just want to finish in a good spot. I'm not here to send it. I didn't even take my spare tire off.
Yeah, we got the car just a few days ago. We've been struggling with teething pains, and I suck. Those 2 things together usually don't make me qualifying.
And now born, he is
such a talented driver, and he's going to be giving absolutely everything out here during our Power Hour session. Has he got what it takes to unseat Paul Wolf at the top of this field? This is a man who needs no introduction. It is three-time king Shannon Campbell.
Alright, seems like it sounds pretty good. Like it's not over flexing.
It's by. It's a 2:58. Lauren Healy moves into second position, just in front of Vaughn Gittin Jr.
I'm Lauren Healy out of Farmington, New Mexico, and we're here at the 2025 King of the Hammers.
Impressed.
So
this is definitely a close field microphone. This is not a far distance microphone.
Got completely hooked.
This is one that needs to be read up next
car
year.
in half trying to compete with the King of the Hammers. Came back, built a real race truck, and won it the next year.
Hence, I might need one on an arm soon.
I'm Vaughn Gittin Jr., and I'm about to take on the 2025 King of the Hammers.
All right, spaghetti done. Let's go ahead and start some painting and get going with this,
And the 4400 class from behind the wheel of my Broncos. Most people know me from driving my Ford Mustang RTR in Formula Drift. And so they're like, what are you doing racing off-road? Well, a lot of people don't know, but I used to race motocross. Like, I started in the dirt, went to drifting, and then I was actually on vacation with my family in Jamaica. Nitto called me and said, hey, we've got this truck.
I worked hard to make sure that I could be painting while
and I was like, is that race with like the big rocks in the desert and everything? And they're like, yep. So I showed up here to freaking,
I know where I'm at.
You know, Mad Max, Beyond Thunderdome, Burning Man with race cars, whatever you want to call it. And I found myself hopping in this truck, and then Lauren Healy hops in the passenger seat.
Had no idea what he was getting into. Came out to this
like
Burning Man off-road event and got into what was a spec class back then. And you know, he just picked it up really quick. You know, like gave him the the dime tour of an Ultra 4 truck.
I have my reference.
Showed him how to work it, how to rock climb like one or two.
I have quite a few screens going on, and it's quite helpful. I'll just admit.
Some
people call me a screen whore, and like, you know what?
At the time, I was like, this is like
get your own screens,
right? Like it was like
not all of them were really fancy.
So he went
the TV monitor,
super
cheap. It was actually came,
and we just maintained a good friendship through that. Just giving them guidance and helping them learn, and giving them the cheat code along the way to where we were at. And at one point, it just made sense for us.
It makes it great for second display.
I had a lot of strengths and weaknesses, and same with him. And when you put that together, kind of can make a power team. And that's
check my video edits from that laptop.
5 years
really handy.
Being partners in the business.
And having both of these giant 1080 monitors is really handy too. I could use a widescreen, ultra wide, but you know what? We deal with it.
After a decade of rock racing, King of the Hammers invited the desert racers to join.
Started from the bottom, now we here.
T1 trucks,
just like
which
these
are
guys.
Completely unlimited.
They started from the bottom.
The desert racing specialists jumped in to join the fun. Up to 140 miles an hour across the bumps of the Mojave.
Okay, so to get my warm up ready for this, because like, see these dope ass vehicles? This shit's gonna be intense to kind of like replicate. This is also a very intense vehicle to replicate. An F1 car is not like a normal
teamed with Montana's Tracy Poole in
car shape. It's got a lot of wings and flips and things and stuff. So I'm practicing my little skills, which is doing some of this,
grandfather, dad, and uncle,
and then I will flip it into
and Luke
doing
is one of the finest in our sport.
I do need to
and he's certainly a favorite
work with
here.
This a little bit and make sure that some of these
drivers, start your engines. It's time to go racing.
Shapes and things are followed that weren't followed before, and I need it to have. I have black over here that I needed to add anyway, so it's a good start where I could work on parts of it, and then we can bust out one of these formula cars
pole position out front
from scratch.
Yeah, now look at this. This is a proper battle. This is Carl Jurgensen against Big Booty Judy Dale Dundale, and again the horsepower powers off into the distance.
Yeah, here's one to watch right here. Luke McMillan with adjusted time on their side.
Driving the beast truck right there, launching that jump right there.
Yeah, how many times
there's Thorhurst, and this is the T1 entry from Herbst Motorsports.
Video is not live.
R19, such an iconic vehicle. The Herbst dynasty just moves on and on. So successful, so many podiums, so many wins.
his truck right there.
Off-Road Motorsports Hall of Famer Cameron Steele heading out against Jordan Brenthal.
Well, you know, Kyle right now is in a, the spec truck as we talked about, okay, pretty much. And it's a Canberra racing truck, awesome truck. And Kyle, this guy can drive whatever. You know, he's driven everything out there, and he's one of the best drivers out here.
But check out this fantastic footage here. Look at this, and we're starting to see that dust hanging out there on the lake beds.
And that is the number 19 of Thor.
Working on it. We're working on it, fam.
And you can just see that car just going side to
got
side.
much better edging and
what's my
shaping
better line?
during
He's trying to find that better thing.
This needs to be like dark black or whatever.
Luke was railing the desert race using superior speed and lines to work through the pack. Unfortunately, he came up against a mechanical that would end his quest. We raced the Vigilante racing truck, and a miscalculation with brake O-rings caused a failure that resulted in a fire in the pits. Fortunately, it was a minor
someone's
fire,
going to be in the
but
comments
it
and
took us
be
out
like,
of the
why are
race.
you painting a freaking F1 car while you're watching this? I explained it that I'm getting ready to paint my
but
King
his
of
truck
Hammers
suffered
car,
a
so
knockout.
if they don't see that, that's not my
Pierce
fault,
Herbst
you know?
in the 530 horsepower T2 class was doing work and looking solid on his way to a podium finish. He seemed just off the pace of beast driver Kyle Jurgensen, who was running down the T1 Unlimited trucks.
Oh, look at this, Kyle Jurgensen. Wheel off the ground there as he makes his way through these rocks. And it really is like threading a needle, taking these huge cars through these tiny little rock trails. Okay, here we go. This is second place overall and first in T2. This is none other than Kyle Jurgensen in the Canberra Kinetics truck, and he's crossing the line to take the checkered flag and the win in T2.
The Terrible Herbst team would podium in both classes, and Kyle Jurgensen would win T2 and finish second overall. Congratulations
Terrible
to the
Herbst
Optima
is an
Batteries number 94 of Christopher
team.
Povardi.
And if you
on
don't know
earning
anything
the
about
desert
them,
win.
please do some research, because
The
they
Monster
actually are a
Energy taking on
casino
King of the Hammers,
that
presented by
is
Spark
located,
Motorsports,
it
is
started in
brought to you by
California and Nevada,
Raceline Wheels.
and now they race cars with the money
FK
that
Rod
they
Ends.
earn from the casino. It's pretty cool.
Fox
And
Racing
the race team
Shocks.
is actually super insane.
Yokohama Tire.
So yeah, check that out.
Welcome back to ESPN's coverage of the Monster Energy team battling King of the Hammers.
I'm Cameron Steele, driver of the number 16 Monster Energy Yokohama everything. 6 classes, here we go.
That's a good way to describe it.
I do a little bit of everything. I own an off-road
Skill
shop with
is
some partners
everything.
called Baja HQ. I race off-road
driving
cars for
abilities
Monster in
are all
Yokohama.
vehicles.
Trophy
Very
truck
similar.
racer
I
with
used to
Score
tell
Series,
people
won
I
the
could
Baja
ride
1000 in
anything with a motor.
2018. And my goal is to be the king of the hammers, or win the race of kings here at King of the Hammers, and it's something that we've been working really hard at. Well, if I was going to pick my favorite vehicle to race, I'd say the moto, right? Because I love the motos. I'm not the best at it though. I'm on a moto ride while they're racing. So my favorite might be the EMC. I really like the Everyman Challenge style. I like the fact that it's more of a run what you brung class, not a full factory built vehicle. My partner, Brian Wood, has a car he's been working with over the last decade, and it's a lot of fun just to go out there. He's next to me and we're out there live axle, no independent suspension, and just working our way through the rocks. I love the EMC race. We've had a bit of a dastardly trip. The moto didn't go very good. I only got one completed lap in, so I officially sucked. And then the UTVs, I accidentally downshifted in our Can-Am and bent the front drive shaft, so that sucked. And the desert race with the trophy truck teamed up with Tracy Poole, somehow or another, we had the wrong seal size in the rear brakes, and that let the fluid come out once it got hot, caught on fire. That sucked. So after sucking in all those classes, I'm just hopeful that the EMC race goes way better. Yokohama's our sponsor and the sponsor of the event. It would be great to win that, but just hopeful to get inside the top 5. If we get a podium, even better.
I just love King of the Hammers, and while some racers do compete in 2 classes, or maybe 3, I am the only racer attempting 6 races over the 3 weekends of Hammers.
Damn,
not just a race, but the podium in all the car and truck classes. The stats say I have the most driver starts in King of the Hammers history, and I want to turn as many that we can into success stories. The Yokohama Everyman Challenge is one of 2 races remaining, and we need a podium.
Yeah, baby. Hammer time. That's right. The DA is here to crawl rocks, race connector trails, and zip through the desert. Pretty stoked, actually. Just another beautiful day at the Hammers, and very stoked on Monster Energy Yokohama.
I feel pretty comfortable
program. With EMC 4400 still to come.
For some, it's a 3-piece suit. For me, it's a Sparko race suit.
And for me, it feels very calm, and we know what to do, right? The coaching's done. It's time to play the game.
It's a beautiful day here in Johnson Valley, California, here at the 2025 Optima Batteries King of the Hammers, powered by Ford Performance. And right now it is all about the Yokohama Everyman Challenge. We have 3 classes racing. We have the 4800 Brandt Motorsports Legends class, the 4500 Yukon Gear and Axle Modified class, and the 4600 Current Enterprises Stock class.
The Yokohama Everyman Challenge has nearly 100 cars on track, and the leaders from the fastest class, 4800, have completed the desert lap. Like the 4400 race still to come, the EMC race takes on the desert and then the rocks. Brett Harrell,
double
Jeff
race.
Martin, and
see, like this kind of racing is easier because I mean, not easier, but damn, it just seems very technical to do the off-road racing in the way that it is in comparison. You don't know what you're dealing with. You don't know what the terrain is. With the F1 and with any style of
a rock I had hit 2 years before
track racing, you know the track conditions for the most part. You don't know how the race is going to end up, and that's hella real. And every race is very different.
Mr. Fix It over here
so
was like,
it's up to
I
you
got it,
to
no
like
problem.
make or break
As we
your
used
race.
our spare tranny fluid to fill the steering reservoir, Brett Harrell led a group of 3 down Chocolate Thunder, closing in on us just 2 trails away.
Ridiculous what these guys do in these
on the move again, we were leading through Laser Nut Alley. Harrell and Woody Rose gave chase with Woody helping Brent off a rock.
I don't discredit
Amber
anyone.
Slauson was crawling up through the pack on everyone.
Race car drivers have always been insane.
Outfitted racer Cody Young was directly behind her.
The way that we do
here's Cody making the move past Amber in Laser Nut Alley. A tough
should be taken very seriously.
Right in front of the fans. This is a section we didn't
get appreciated
until race day. Harrell, Woody, Cody, and Amber were in a tight battle while we had the number 16 approaching the toughest spot on the track, the legendary jackhammer pinch point.
The donkey move came at Jack. I tried to be too smooth, and I tried to count on just like kind of getting up in there and just spinning. It didn't work. And I ended up using up the tranny a little bit.
Okay, now this is top news because those 4 cars behind are catching very fast indeed.
And with where Cameron is too, I mean, is there an easy way around for these cars as well?
Oh, here we go. Oh, he makes the move. Does he get the pass up? Oh, that was brutality. We love that. When all else fails, unleash unbelievable horsepower. And that's exactly what Cody's done there.
We didn't know until we backed out of the pinch point, but we had a transmission fluid leak which was causing us to slip the transmission. Brian could fix it, but we didn't have any more fluid. We had to barter with our Trent Fabrication sister car to help them through the rocks, and they would give us fluid. I helped Woody on Jack while Brian fixed the car. Brian then smashed the number 16 up the trail as I should have. Tranny fixed, and the 16 was back in the battle after losing 5 positions. Cody Young now held the lead headed to the top of Jackhammer Ridgeline, the most spectacular and exposed spot at the Hammers. It gives me the creeps. Amber chased Cody down and would eventually pass him in outer limits, but this shot right here shows her taking a line made by her husband, King of the Hammers legend and multi-time King Randy a couple years ago. But for the first time, was too far away from an official virtual rock checkpoint. This RCP, as they are known, would cost Amber the win with a 15-minute penalty. This same virtual rock checkpoint would catch us in the number 16, costing us the second position.
It's a good thing we're starting the other one very shortly.
Cody Young, racing on Yokohama tires, is your EMC champion for 2025, followed by Amber Slauson, and the Monster Energy Yokohama number 16 is third, 6 seconds out of second.
I am excited. First, I want to say I love you to my wife and kids, and I want to thank the Lord for getting us here safely. And it's just a hell of a race. I mean, Dave Cole's a maniac. The course he lays out with all his people here at King of the Hammers is unbelievable. 0 flats. Yokohama's owned it. We qualified on these tires. We raced on these tires. We finished on these tires.
You know, you always want to win, but we're stoked to be here at the finish and stoked to have the Monster Energy Yokohama tire number 16 make it to the podium.
You heard?
Good morning, Johnson Valley, California. What a beautiful day. The sun is shining and we are here for the big one. This is the 2025 Optima Batteries King of the Hammers, powered by Ford Performance. And it is all of the big guns on the line today for the Nitto Race of Kings.
None of the drivers knew what lap 3 was until yesterday.
And no pre-running on lap 3.
And no pre-running. So we are going to see strategy come into play for sure this year in the race, because we've got 2 laps that they were able to pre-run, make extensive course notes on, but going into lap 3, actually they're kind of going in blind.
And the lap of mystery.
That's what we're calling it, the magical mystery lap.
Starting from the front row and taking the whole shot is the number 67 of Lauren Healy. He'll lead the Race of Kings into the desert.
Been a really long week, but this is what all the work and preparation and everything we put in for all year. So glad it's finally race day. King of the Hammers it's the toughest race, you know, one-day race in the world for a reason, and it's time to go find out what we're made of.
And off the line next, number 25 of Vaughn Gittin Jr. and Jeremy Dickinson out of Concord, North Carolina, with RTR Off-Road and that Trident Engineering mid-engine 2CA IFS Bronco.
Feeling amazing, man. Super pumped to be here. Starting second row, and looking forward to less dust than everybody else, and just going to play it smart and push my pace, and most importantly have more fun than anybody else out there.
JP Gomez, number 82 in that Joe Thompson UFO.
Yeah, of course, JP Gomez is our current king, but there will be a new king today. Can he hold on to that title? Can he become a 2-time king like his brother Raul?
Off the line next is Casey Curry and Warren Anderson out of Norco, California, with Curry Racing.
It's going to be a long day, and yeah, we're ready. The wind was blowing this morning. Hopefully it keeps blowing to...
I think this one's coming along pretty good, right? What are we thinking? How are y'all doing? Oh wow, there's more people watching. How are we all doing? Gangsters.
Been prepping for this thing for 6 months, man. I'm ready. Never been readier. Got me a badass co-driver.
I know.
I'm ready to let her eat.
The actual King of the Hammers painting. I'm sorry.
I'm ready. I mean, we've been
like
here.
Like I said, I was getting warmed up for this.
Racing and race the desert race. None of it went great, but we did get third in the Yokohama Everyman Challenge. So now we're ready.
An entire
first time ever in this car. So it is time for the Hammers and 3 laps of pure chaos.
Little radiators inside the
Let's do this.
Flat set. You're looking at it from the front, you'd actually see the radiator slats.
We got to pass about 40 cars on lap 1, including this one on Bailey Campbell at Emerson Ridge. Lauren has led the pack convincingly from the start over the super quick Paul Wolf.
Fire.
One of the 3 Can-Ams in the field, driven by Kyle Cheney, is third. Kyle was the first to finish in 2024, but was not the eventual
winner. A little bit more white because I poured out way too the hell much white.
Vaughn in the number 25 is on pace, but has been reporting braking issues. He certainly is putting on a show for the chopper. Also running inside the top 10 on lap 1 is Casey Curry, whose family is legendary in the sport of off-road.
Casey Curry from Corona, California.
I'm not tired of
it. Dakar champion, Baja champion, and King of the Hammers lover.
And we're watching King of the Hammers stuff. So like, I want to
short course started fading, and it was time for a change. Yeah, we decided to build a trophy Jeep. And
but I was already working on this
an
F1 thing, and a lot of people already
everybody else and build, like,
they're like,
pretty radical
what's the painting gonna look like? Like,
competed
how do your
in
finish
Hammers
paintings
and also
look? And like,
competed in
okay,
Baja.
this is
Done
one that's got
both
like
very well.
already dozens
I'm
of
a big
hours of
fan
work
of,
into it. So
just learning and challenging
it's a little bit
ourselves
more
and all the sponsors we have and partners.
an example
We're always
of
creating
what I
new
can
things
do.
and have new ideas.
Instead of just being like, I wonder what it's gonna look like. Oh yeah, but then now you can see me do something from scratch.
Man, I'm just watching you guys coming down, and it's downhill, but it's nothing else like that.
Yeah, and it's really comfortable. We just did 100 up at, I swear to God, it wasn't even full throttle.
Got a lot of power.
Here's another one that I was working on.
Super good. So
I
all
still
the changes
don't have it done yet. I always have people ask me, they're like, "Is this one done?" I purposely have not put the signature because, like, I will have something cool like this, and I'll be like, you know what, that's cool enough, and I'll put a signature on it, and I'll be like, that's done. But this one has consistently had an idea for it, and I want to put a pinup girl on this, straddling the hot chili peppers. So that's still to be done on this piece.
All right, here we are, King of the Hammers.
That's not done yet, but it is kind of cool, and I could do like things like that for your kitchen or for your restaurant or something like that. Just do literal vegetables.
Today, we made the right
those
move,
are cool
so
around the house.
we made gearing changes
I like
in the
trays of
front room,
things.
up-seat curry
One of
fries.
these is going to be turned
And the
into.
family,
this is
for
a
it.
brand
Takes a
new.
huge team and effort, and
So stoked.
here we are.
So
Do it
stoked.
again.
And so Chloe helped me get these, and now I'm going to utilize them and paint them. But we had an idea of doing a series with Frodo, our little Daegu, which is kind of like a hamstery thing.
Casey Curry last year.
We're going to do spaghetti meatballs, and he's going to be one of the meatballs. So it should be pretty adorable.
Repeat that same adventure.
But I want to use one of these right now to do it with King of the Hammers. I've been doing some desert ones recently.
Unfortunately, he still has not.
I kind of feel like doing a full King of the Hammers style thing. So these little rounds and stuff. Kind of neat, right?
Casey is in the first 5 or 6 cars
go
on
ahead
time.
and check out
and
my things and merch.
Desert lap.
If you ever need any customs or anything.
But look at this. This is our race leader. This is Lauren Healy heading back in to complete lap 1. Look at the clock. What is the clock? Oh my word. This is absolutely smoking hot.
9 o'clock exactly.
Alright, so we're gonna let that
Lauren
Ferrari
Healy
one
peels off to go
drive.
into the pits. We're going to throw it down to Miles, our man with the mic in the pit.
Up.
Miles, take it away.
Thank you, Jim. I am down here, and this RTR Ford Bronco is absolute perfect shape. All 4 Nitto tires look like they're brand new. This car is ready to rock and roll.
Lauren averaged about 60 miles an hour on the desert lap, and he now heads out to face 2 laps of rocks, including lap 3, which no one has seen and which features trails none of our racers have ever been on. Paul Wolf is second. Kyle Cheney is third. And here's Casey, who's requesting a slight adjustment from Fox Racing Shocks engineer Mike Kim.
Good, he wanted a little bit extra compression in the back, so we just made a quick adjustment. Going out for lap 2, it's looking good.
Overshooting his pit box, Von Gittin has had brake issues the entire first lap.
So about 15, 20 miles into the desert, I completely lost my brakes. The push rod that pushes the master cylinder snapped. So I've been racing with 0 brakes. My pedals just flopping.
Von's team will have to figure out the brake fix while the race clock keeps ticking, with racers already out on lap 2.
Yeah, I kind of like it with the light.
We are gutted as the brake issue we have been having will likely take us out of the race. I'm disgusted this is how our year's worth of planning is going to end up. The Monster Energy team taking on King of the Hammers, presented by Sparco, is brought to you by FK Rod Ends, Raceline Wheels, RCV Performance Products, and by Baja HQ Off-Road Aftermarket Outfitters. Welcome back as the Monster Energy team takes on King of the Hammers. Earlier this week, I broke down the trail known as Jackhammer.
This is the meat and potatoes of Jackhammer. Take a look right here, Jackhammer Canyon. This is the plaque. Victor Valley Four Wheelers broke it. and they have their plaque up there. They are really responsible for a lot of what you see here in the Hammer Trails. Since we have a veiled lap number 3 for the 4400 cars, we know this is lap 2, and we know that the UTVs and EMC also have to come here. This is where you got to start the climb, and if you look up there, the next move is getting around that giant boulder in between the pinch of the mountain. Take a look at this. Coming around the corner, you have to get around this giant rock, the giant face. There's just enough room for a really wide car, but there's a couple kind of lines here, but look at the undercut. Once you've gotten around that big rock pinch point, climb through the ledge, which is kind of the spot on Jack, you have to choose right or left here. And as you can see, if you look left, look at these ledges. Double steps. This right lane is also tough, and you have to really be careful with where you put your tires and trailing arms and where you get bound up. So this is the top of the pinch point. Still to come. Trailing to the top, and then the step onto the spine. Jack's not over yet. Welcome back to the Monster Energy coverage of the King of the Hammers, Cameron Steele and Wayne Israelson here. We are the number 16 Monster Energy Yokohama car, and we are out of the race. We've been struggling a little bit since the end of lap 1, and the good news is that our partner at Monster Energy, Lauren Healy, has been waxing people, and so far he's looking great. Casey Curry's having a good run. We also know that Jason Shear is putting a run on from the back since he had a problem in qualifying, so we'll see how it ends up. Let's check out some more race action.
So far, it's been all desert, but our leader from the Monster Energy team, Lauren Healy, is now in the rocks. He's through the new Tortuga Trail, down Chocolate Thunder, and now in trails Her Problem and Laser Nut Alley.
And look at the pace of this car coming through here. I mean, we're watching the Everyman Challenge cars coming through here, even the lead vehicles, and they were nowhere near this kind of brutal pace.
Lauren has entered the infamous Jackhammer Trail, with the lead now shrinking as number 1 qualifier Paul Wolf has a visual on the number 67. You can see line choices played a part in the race for the lead at Jackhammer. It's the first real test of big rocks and climbing, so any car issue will show itself here, and Lauren is said to have a front locker problem.
But that's where Paul Wolf took over the lead of the 2025 Ultimate Batteries King of the Hammers, powered by Ford Performance, and he is now our race leader in the Race of Kings here in Johnson Valley, California.
The pinch at Jack is where I found out we had a transmission issue one day ago while leading the EMC race, and Lauren is now seeing how his locker issue impacts his race.
Here is Lauren Healy. It looks like his co-driver is out and they are winching.
Lauren would clear Jack using his worn winch, but he's now over 15 minutes behind Paul. But there's a long way to go still. And if history repeats itself, leading KOH never works out well until the very end. Now tightening the gap is last year's winner JP Gomez in 3rd, with Josh Blyler 4th. Casey and Kyle Chaney in his Can-Am are battling for 5th, with Casey getting the advantage.
And it does look like that Lauren Healy might be catching Paul Wolf, but the battle royale right now is going on between Shannon Campbell, Christopher Branson, Waylon Campbell, and it looks like Jason Shearer has made his way past all of those vehicles. An absolute remarkable drive from the 3-time king, who started in 88th position this morning.
Our good buddy Jason Shearer has been ripping and is now 7th on course. He has passed 81 vehicles after braking and qualifying and having to start 88th out of approximately 103 vehicles. JP is now in Jackhammer with Josh right on his 6th. He needs a clean Jack to keep the pressure off. As we have seen, there are 2 lines, and JP can't miss on this section. He doesn't have a navigator, so winching is a huge effort as he has to get out and do it all himself. And he cleans it. Lauren is making great time and catching Paul for the lead as they approach one of the key checkpoints on the trail, Check Me Out, where the cars have to thread 2 flags to achieve the obstacle without penalty.
That is Paul. That's it. Paul's out of the
Paul
car.
is out winching.
And now this is interesting because this is an RCP. So
they have to go between those 2 flags.
They've got to go between those flags, otherwise they're going to take penalties. Now, well, there's lots of things going on here. Now, also, now you start to see
He's going to pull him out.
And they'll be pulling him out. And this is the top of Check Me Out. And this is a very difficult set of rocks here. We're going to see this claiming many victims today. This is interesting because he's getting his co-driver to set the winch line through, which is the right manoeuvre. So Lauren Healy looks like he's made his way through the top of Check Me Out.
Lauren is back to the lead as we go to Jack, where Kyle Cheney and Casey in the Monster Energy number 14 are waging war. Casey has a larger car with a giant 1,000 horsepower big block engine, and Cheney is a UTV that is much smaller and more nimble. Here, the father-son Campbell duo have no team orders. Shannon Campbell and son Waylon battle each other like unknown combatants, waging war as they smash rocks. Oh man, Lauren Healy is pulling over.
This is news right here. We are in car with Lauren Healy, stopped on course. They're not getting out of the car. They seem to just be sitting right now. So we're seeing cars go by them. That may have been Gomez going by him on the right. If it was, they were going by fast.
In the past, we've seen that leading this race is a poison chalice. We see it time and time again. People start this race, they're in the lead, they have a dominating lead, and then all of a sudden, something small puts them out of the race. Never know what's going to happen in this race.
Yeah, I was going to say probably the safest bet in this race is to say that whoever's leading it isn't going to win it.
The new leader is JP Gomez. He hoisted the scepter last year in his first victory, and he will now be the first to take on the unknown trails of the Veiled Lap 3. Shearer and Blyler, as well as Kyle Cheney, are also through the end of Lap 2. And our Monster Energy teammate Casey Curry is right in the mix.
Just caught up with Ray Curry. Casey's having a little bit of problem with the drivetrain.
Yeah, well, he has the complaints. So we're just on the outside. We're seeing them just tearing their tires up. But when big chunks come out of the tire, now the whole car's out of balance.
What could it be?
It looks like the front differential isn't pulling as hard as it could be.
An update directly from the boss, Ray Curry. Casey's still running right in that top 5, looking for a podium. The Veiled Lap has started now. Nobody knows what they're racing. It's going to leave a lot of mystery to it. Casey has a lot of experience, so don't count him out.
I wouldn't count him out.
Whatever.
Welcome back to the rock ache of our Monster Energy team's annual battle at King of the Hammers, presented by Sparco, where the goal is to be crowned king and hoist the coveted scepter. Our number 16 effort started failing late lap 1 with brake issues and completely failed on lap 2 with a rear differential case fracture. Shannon Campbell smashed until he could no longer stay in the fray. Our 3-time king had to park it without seeing through the challenge. Lauren Healy is the owner of 2 scepters and made us all proud, leading from the green flag all the way around lap 1 convincingly, until a fuel pickup issue parked him mid-lap 2. An unceremonious slowdown and pullover was the end of his day. Vaughn Gittin Jr. has put the work in to be right in the mix, running top 5 much of the early day, only to find himself tangling with rocks larger than his truck, which would end in a fully strapped-in flight back to the pits. Monster's final racer in the mix was Casey Curry, in search of his first scepter. Running in the top group on lap 1, overcoming issues and pitting well on lap 2 had him in the mix for a podium finish late in the race. On the final lap, Casey was pushing forward when a winching mishap injured navigator Oren Anderson and required medical attention. They had to leave the course to have Oren's hand attended to and were out of the race. Another year of prep, planning, and practice, but it was not to be. The Monster team would not add our 6th scepter, and the lead is now in the capable hands of JP Gomez.
Our current race leader is number 82, JP Gomez, last year's king. Can he do what only his brother and Jason Shearer have done before him and have a repeat back-to-back victory?
But the rocks would prove chaotic on the veiled lap 3, and JP would get bound up having to winch solo, and the world would see Kyle Chaney move to the front in his Can-Am UTV. Kyle was the first to finish in 2024, silencing the critics on a UTV's toughness, but not to be crowned king. In 2025, it is his year, and he brings the Can-Am home first through the checkers once again. And for the first time ever, a UTV has won the race of kings.
Dude, those UTVs are insane now. They're not even.
It is
they used to be like modified golf carts, and like now it's nothing of the sort. They're entire full-on race cars.
And there is our
Absolutely
unofficial winner of
insane.
the 2025
Totally blow my mind every time.
Batteries King of the Hammers, powered by Ford Performance.
Over 100 cars entered the Roctagon, and Kyle emerged with the scepter. Congratulations to Kyle and his navigator, Terry Madden. For the Monster Energy team, the plan is simple. Return to the Hammers with even more planning, intense training, and an effort literally fit to be king. But in the end, as is always the case, the rocks will decide. We'll all be here for the 20th anniversary of the King of the Hammers in 2026. Only 364 days remain to be ready to hoist the scepter.
Insane.
He's finally asleep. Don't move.
I was just going into zero gravity.
Wow, I didn't have an ad that whole time.
You woke him up.
Worth it. He's a vibration.
Damn, that mattress do look fire though.
At the Living Spaces Sleep Center, shop our collection of adjustable
Fire.
bases, and for a limited time, save up to $400 on the.
I don't think people understand how often how much time you spend
eating so much
literally
easier.
sleeping and
mean
being
more
in your bed.
adjustable?
So like, spending time and money on that is not a problem. You should definitely do your research on your bed and help it. That's what I do for my back at least. Definitely needed. Oh damn it! Then it shows me motorcycles. Fuck you, dude.
The racers were ready at dawn. Very tense.
Another
In some circles, King of the Hammers is a far, far better thing than the Super Bowl, the Kentucky Derby, and a Kim Kardashian NFT drop all rolled into one. This race attracts a very special breed.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Piss off. It was time to get grounded, to ponder this rotten assignment and figure out how to cope with it. 7 days in the deep desert, surrounded by madness and anarchy.
King of Hammers, it's race day, y'all.
Hell, even the grandmas here make Burning Man look like a bunch of grandmas. Those of us who had been up all night were in no mood for lattes and sausage rolls. We wanted strong drink. We were, after all, the absolute cream of internet travelogue influencers. We were gathered here in the desert of Johnson Valley, California, to witness the spirit of invention in its most feral form. When it comes to a thing like this, you don't fool around. The man driving this beast of a vehicle is Shannon Campbell. He's 53, has very poor vision and has won King of the Hammers 3 times. He's an absolute racing legend, and you're about to see why.
Look at Shannon, a complete roll, lands on the tires and keeps on going.
You or I might be traumatized by a near-death experience like that.
So sad.
But not Shannon.
Nope, I lived.
Had a good run going up on top, and I stuffed it, and it kicked the fuel pump out or something.
What about when you flipped? That was
I just screwed up.
Is that scary though? It's gotta be.
No, I mean, scary is when it doesn't land on its
wheels. Things you should know about King of the Hammers. It's a 10-day event that takes place in the Southern California desert. There are a series of races for different types of off-road vehicles. Also, mayhem, chaos, and very few rules. Totally normal thing to do. This year, 80,000 maniacs attended.
You should have been there.
Revelries commenced with the time trials.
Any vehicle that I could trust to travel.
And climax with the Race of Kings, a 200-mile course that requires drivers to conquer rocks and to drive at incredibly high speeds.
Join the Patreon today for help to get a camping vehicle.
So it attracts the kind of people who like impossible.
We can all join together and do.
People like Bailey Campbell, who headed into race week as a serious contender for the crown.
I got my whole family out here, my dad, my brother, my husband.
How many years have you done this?
This will be my 8th King of the Hammers.
8th, okay. The Campbells are a racing family. There's Bailey's brother, Wayland, and you've already met Dad, Shannon. And she married a fellow speed fiend as well. Is that your husband? Back from the track?
Yeah.
Money.
It was so smooth.
I got it by 6 seconds.
Oh. We watched it, yeah.
For Bailey, though, things aren't going so smoothly. With only a few precious days before the big race, Bailey has just found out that her vehicle is in need of big fixes. I mean, I know vehicles are always kind of fickle and everything. Is this normal or?
No.
It's not.
No. This is probably the worst repair we've had to do out here.
Yeah.
I will call you later tonight when you guys are ready to go through UTV parts to disperse through pits.
You're gonna run home, try to fix it, and then try to get back by Friday.
Yeah.
They have to go home to the shop. They
Wish
can't
you a
fix
lot
it
of
in the
luck.
desert
Get back here.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks. And just like that, Bailey is wondering if she'll even be able to race. A lot of the competitors are like her. Passionate, scrappy, barely holding their cars together. Then there are folks like Jason Scherer.
We have enough ground clearance to literally get our tire between this rock and this.
Jason is one of this year's favorites. Like Shannon, he's won King of the Hammers 3 times.
75% of people don't finish this race. So finishing it's a monumental task.
And an achievement, yeah.
Right? And you feel good after if you do it. But once you've won it, finishing it is no longer the goal. It's only winning it again.
If the Campbells are a DIY family affair, Jason is a polished professional with money, a big team, and a decked-out vehicle. I was wondering if we could geek out a little bit on the car.
Well, this car was a fun one to build. So I spent the last 2.5 years designing it on a computer before we ever started cutting the first tube.
This thing really does have it all. An engine with enough horsepower to top 150 miles per hour on the desert straightaways. Shocks that can basically see what's coming before it hits you. A hardened underbelly to make sure rocks don't shoot up into a fuel tank or your thigh. And LiDAR and GPS to help find that perfect route through the rocks.
So, as you can see, it says Big Rock on the GPS right now, which basically describes the whole place.
Still, even with all the bells and whistles, Jason has to put his body through this race like everybody else. What the f is it like when you're in the car? I mean, it looks insane.
It's full punk rock. You know?
You have it listen, you type it in, and then you go digging.
She
just drag it in.
I will be doing more
Audio
music
clip.
production video things out here too. So
This plugin is.
I have been making more tracks.
As soon as you put something
as well
in, it's
as
unlimitless amount of
mixes.
potential
So
ideas.
be tuned in for a new release coming soon. Just saying, my birthday's coming up. Got to do something special.
It is a pounding. I would get my kidneys to bleed. I would get blood in my mouth while we were driving and feel it when I started. And I didn't think I was driving hard enough unless I had that feeling.
What Jason is describing is the law of internal organs, which says they tend to stay in motion even after your body has slammed into rocks at high speeds. And that's just the physical part.
God, it's so hard to do.
Wasn't I like crying in there? You f***ers.
Might be.
Ah, that's embarrassing.
I thought it was touching, man.
Damn it, that was funny though.
One thing's for sure, it's a hell of a rush, man.
I need one more. I need to know that I was the best here. And if I never finish another one, but I got one more win, I'll be totally content.
And nobody's won 4.
Nobody's won 4.
Right. Yeah.
I want to be the first one.
Hang around these guys long enough, and you too will start to feel the itch. Time to get my organs shook.
Where did this go?
Right there?
All right, here we go.
That is crazy, man.
That's what I came here for.
It makes no sense. It was awesome. It doesn't make any sense, man. Why? Like it's fun as but why would anyone do this? That was awesome.
I was shaken, rattled, and delirious. Which is to say, can we do it again?
But got the addiction here.
I have good news.
Caught it. He got the bug.
We have found the spot where dreams come true. Now you know.
After the time trials, the teams regroup, do some work on their cars, and make their plans for the big race. Since I tragically did not have a car of my own to fix, it was time to explore. This is Hammertown, where most of the onlookers stay. About a 10-minute drive away, just outside of the thick of things, there is Lasertown.
It's where the riffraff who want to get away from the riffraff come spend the week.
There are people who like King of the Hammers. And then there's Cody, who loves it so much he decided to build his own private oasis.
So we actually have 40 acres now.
Right next to the race.
We are having a large fire Friday night and Saturday night. So if you guys are around, or if you're not, you can probably see it from anywhere. But don't call the authorities if you see a structure fire, because it's probably us.
It has everything a man in no man's land could want.
A bunch of kids.
Art.
First, you got to play with them a little bit.
A koi pond.
See?
That's
Art.
Sonny. He's a pig.
I went out there and did this, dude.
And of course, a luxurious home made out of shipping containers.
It's always essential. You don't know until you do it. Doing a lot of these events and stuff, though, and just doing a pop-up.
There's even room for a couple hundred close friends.
It's kind of turned into a campground, we'll call it.
Yeah.
And
do you have to like feed all these people, or they fend for themselves?
No, they fend for themselves. Well, I just provide the dirt.
They might be building cities from scratch these days, but to hear an OG like Shannon tell it, things were very different when the race first started back in 2007.
I mean, we started out way back in the day just rock crawling for fun, you know, friends going out and hill climbing, and, you know, back then there was a whole lot of alcohol and fun involved. But
this event has grown so much from when it was a few of you guys around a fire, you know, doing your own thing, to now 80,000 people.
That was the good days when it was just very simple, and you know, you weren't out here for you'd show up for a couple of days for this race, and now we're here for 2 weeks, and I don't know how long you've been here, but I'm ready to get the hell out of here. Right? Breathing dirt.
Welcome to the next generation of website creation. Wix Harmony. Get the power of AI and the freedom of drag and drop to turn your words into a website with purpose.
AI is taking over. It's fucking crazy.
The main event.
Hey, Texai, what's up? Hell yeah, thank you, buddy. Much love for the 100 biddies. Highly appreciated.
Shannon's mind was on his daughter and her car.
She's tough. She'll get over it, but I mean, it kills her because she's literally been working on her car since the last
creative, techie, or side.
Polishing it, looking everything over, you know, just anything she can do to make it better and be perfect when she got here. And then, you know, it doesn't take anything to take you out, you know, and we haven't even got to the race yet.
With the race approaching, it was time to meet some more contenders.
I'm sometimes PG. I'll try to keep it PG Thursday.
You don't have to. You can do whatever you want.
Oh,
we do it all.
All right.
The Gomez brothers are one of those teams that make other racers sweat. There's Marcos, JP, and last year's winner, Raul. They operate a booming tree clearing business in Northern California and funnel a portion of their good fortune into this ridiculous hobby.
Yeah, I've seen a bunch of construction workers, I've seen people from all sorts of different
vehicles and the team and just the living stuff. I mean, how much do you think it costs to be here for this race?
So they went to buy
hobby and other off-road hobbies too, like we'll talk
350,000
to 400,000
just to like buy one.
Just to buy the personalities. That's what I've always loved about it.
Yeah,
the wheel's $900.
No matter who you are,
it just adds up, and you're spending $500,000.
Even boating, things like that.
Yeah, give it a go. Cool.
A real competitive.
Thailand got boating on.
There we go. There's a difference. If you want to come out and trail ride around and get ran over, that's a different story. Just look for car 86. That's me, Marcos Gomez. I'll be on the podium tomorrow. All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Spoiler alert, this is not how it played out for Marcos. But his brother Raul,
Get on the podium.
well, we'll get there. As with any town in America, there's life during the day.
Oh, I really am bad, dude. Jesus.
And then there's what comes after.
What do you guys do at night?
Chocolate, back door, watch the rock crawlers and the carnage.
Just hang out.
Yeah, drink beers and hang out.
Yeah. It's human Mario Kart. That's what it is.
Yep.
Where are we? We're on like Thursday of this thing. Every night it's like a different party. This one is in the place they call the back door. I feel like it's mostly a party for cars more than it's a party for people.
A party for cars.
Yep.
What could go wrong?
I don't think I've ever seen anything like this. I don't know how to describe how many people are up in these hills with these cars still driving through with now fire coming out of them. There's a lot of testosterone in here. Oh, look out, look out, look out. Kyle. Oh, dude. Jesus.
minutes later, windows were smashed, and the reckless driver found himself on the wrong end of an angry mob.
Hell, man.
People here.
It's the kind of scene that makes you think this event might not be around forever.
It's grown so much. I mean, how much more can it grow before California says, get out of our state, you know?
Get out here now.
What?
They're breaking these windows over there, getting them out the car, breaking these windows.
It's just gotten so crazy that you get outside that gate and it's dangerous. People are walking around out there and, you know, drunks, wrecking stuff and wrecking into people.
Well, because you can't.
That's for making $1. Thank you, Texas.
It's not real life.
Texas High.
And it's hard to control it. There's just too many people. I don't see it getting any smaller, that's for sure.
Or getting my own off-road vehicle.
Blow up until someone says, we're done. Get out of here.
Streaming stuff on point first. Gotta get a few other things in life straightened out. Gotta get my car situation straightened out. I got priorities. So if you want to help with the priorities, always appreciate it. Donations are in the links in bio, in descriptions, everywhere you can find them. So much love.
Welcome to King of the Hammers. It is the big day. We've been watching races all week long.
So
Motos, Desert Challenge, and here we are at the Race of Kings.
I knew.
Painted on.
This year.
And then I think I'm gonna go find my phone.
It's race morning. All the drivers are lining up. My heart is kind of pulling for the Campbells today.
The family's mechanical woes continue. Bailey's attempts to fix her car were unsuccessful. Her brother Wayland also saddled with vehicle issues. They've decided to share a car and each take a lap. Bailey will be the first woman to drive in this race without a co-driver.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous because I've never navigated myself.
What's your strategy for today?
They have a whole series this year that was all single passenger, if I'm not mistaken. They had no co-drivers in any of them. That was fucking crazy.
Over in his camp, Chasen seems ready for the long haul.
Got up at the crack of 3. Yeah. That was it. I tried to go back to bed, but I couldn't. I was like, long day today.
Yeah.
You know, I know it'll only be 7 or 8 hours, but it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Just before the race, we got a moment with last year's winner, Raul Gomez.
Is it extra pressure?
Done several of them, but like
A little bit.
Yeah.
Not bad.
All right, man. Good luck.
Hey, are you guys ready to have some fun out here? Are you ready for some awesome racing? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hit it!
The racers are off. The grueling, hours-long battle has begun. Top speed across flat, dusty desert. Slowed to a crawl across the impossibly large rocks. First lap complete. For Bailey, the race is over.
Sometimes the same thing might not be the right thing, especially when it comes.
Good job, Bailey. You passed a whole bunch of cars. So there's only, let me look it up.
Good job, honey.
Such a short race. I think you beat your dad on lap 1.
No way.
Yeah.
At the rate that this one's going right now, actually, I might be able to get a
two clear leaders emerge.
King of the Hammers one done tomorrow.
Jason Scherer and Raul
I'd like to do one of the sunset with a wide angle of a landscape, and it's mainly landscape, and you just see a little car in the distance with a big old trail of dust coming off
This
the
is
back.
kind of the end of lap 2.
But
Jason and Raul Gomez
gotta
are
find
the first
a
two in
reference.
the pit. They're
that
still neck and neck. Jason's had some better luck
I'm
with
gonna
his
start
car.
to use a lot of my own photos in other references.
Looks like you
but
can take this thing,
for this, I don't
you
have
keep
a
going the
reference.
same
I
way.
haven't been there yet. And when I go there, I wanted to make sure I had my drones and everything. And we're getting close. So next year, be looking out for me out there. And then, like they were saying, this is the Burning Man of desert racing. Be looking for me.
He has a 1 minute time advantage on
coming
you.
here. It's huge on my bucket list. I really need to get that straight out. So, like I said, donations always appreciated. Much love.
It's a nail biter, that's for sure.
I don't like nail biters.
I got invited to play on 2 stages. I just gotta get there. I gotta be there, and I gotta have an RP. And it's in September, so I got a little time to plan and a little time.
Only 20 seconds behind.
I only have a few other shows booked throughout the year that are big, major traveling shows. So,
it is tight.
We'll keep you guys posted. But yeah, all donations always help.
At the Gomez family pit.
As I get my website back up and running, I'll have art and things available, prints, and, merch, and cups and mugs, all sorts of
spills
awesome
into
stuff
celebration.
on my website. So you'll have to check out the ladies section, the kids section, the festival section. There's so many cool products. I've made hundreds of products over the last couple of years. I'm in process of updating the website right now with some new features and some new possibilities to purchase my tickets and things like that right from my website. So stay tuned in and stay locked. We big out here, fam. What's up?
Feel good for the Gomez brothers. The king is the king again.
God damn, I'm trying to catch you all day, brother. Woo!
Trying to get away from you all day.
I saw you dead and I'm like, I got him now. Oh,
Proud of you.
Out of about 200 competitors, only 25 finished. Shannon came in hours later. Me, I went home. Away from the desert and dust, wondering exactly what I just witnessed. It was a preview of the apocalypse, but with sponsors and people who aren't at least intentionally trying to kill you. Felt a little bit like an outdoor Vegas. Felt a little bit like a January 6th on wheels. It was an incredibly loud tech conference. It was California with its open land and car culture and startup mindset trying to fix impossible problems. It was America.
RC.
I almost died, and I want to go back.
Wait till I get back into my RC game. Oh wait, okay, since we're going over our RC stuff, I'll check out some RC stuff for you guys.
Sometimes you win a lot more in a failure than you do in a win.
It would be very easy to fold in and not to come out and get the result.
We've done this before. We win and crash together.
It's a 2-speed nitro.
It was one of those crashes that scars you mentally.
2-stroke diesel beast.
There's 2 of us in that car. I have another person's life in my hands.
Be tuned in for lots of new edit videos and tunings. I gotta rebuild this thing from scratch, basically open it all up, take every single piece apart and clean it. And it's gonna be quite the project. So once I get the setup ready and in the garage, we'll be good to go. But right now we have no space for this.
When in doubt, flat out. Press on regardless.
Trophy shelf,
go fast.
Shelf.
Risk everything. These are terms that you hear a lot in rally. Because rally
need to get
is
back
a very,
into more
very
electric
different type of
RCs as well.
motorsport. You're not taking the same corner over and over again. It's a style of driving that is rewarded, but it is also severely punished. It's what makes rally great. It's also what makes rally extremely frustrating as a driver or co-driver or as a team, because you have to drive on that absolute limit. That can be different for you than the person who's maybe 30 seconds behind you. This will be the story of why going fast and risking everything sometimes puts you on the top, or sometimes leaves you on the bottom. So, enjoy the next 8 races and the story of Ken's Ride to the top, the bottom, back to the top, and you'll see how it ends. Ken Block, the shoe tycoon turned rally car driver. That's what the first story said about him. He didn't start racing rally until he was 36. That's usually the age most people retire from rally. So unfortunately for him, he's behind the ball since day one. The one thing he does have is a commitment to just go balls out. And that's a lot of what's made Ken who Ken is.
Well, the biggest challenge that I realized when I first started working with Ken is an extremely busy individual. You know, back when we met, he was actually still running DC shoes.
Alex Gelsomino is probably the only sensible thing in the rally car with Ken.
A rally is all I know. It's taught me everything I know. I never learned anything at school. Don't tell that to the kids.
Alex is a big piece of, you know, why the team wins when they do.
People that turn up at an event after one day and need to use laundry services, what the what's all that about?
Derek Dauncey is one of the best people in the world, hands down. Dear old dad,
matching pair, that's
we like to call him.
2006 was our first year working with Derek, and he's been our team director since then.
He's the one that has the strategy, and without Derek, we would not be here. Derek is, I think, the most important person on the team. Sorry, Ken. Travis Pastrana is a psychopath. Absolutely.
It's someone I have a ton of respect for. His talent is incredible.
Yeah, Travis and Ken have been competing against each other since the start. Brandon Semenek is a pro mountain biker turned rally car driver, and to be quite honest, when he first came into the sport, I don't know if anyone really took him seriously, but he is now a real contender.
Can't tell much, but all I know is a very fierce competitor and is allowed Ken and I to step it up this year. So even if I don't know much about him, I'm thankful for having him in the championship.
The decision as to what I would race in 22 came very, very late, unfortunately. The Subaru was a great race car. Vermont Sports Car puts together a great package, but it just didn't feel necessarily right to me. I was in shorter wheelbase cars most of my career, and the Subaru's a bigger, longer car. As we narrowed it down, only a couple became very obvious. So what we ended up with was a Hyundai i20 WRC car run by a company called 2C Competition out of France.
Yeah, these cars are crazy too. I definitely want to do one of the Ken Block cars. It's meant a lot to me through the years.
Hyundai i20 WRC, that's an incredible machine. It's something that for a co-driver's career, a driver's career, it's definitely a highlight.
Hyundai's been really committed to the WRC in the past 5 years, running a factory team in the World Rally Championship at the top level. So they make a Rally 1 car, which is the top level, and a Rally 2 car, which is the second tier level. And at the top level, they've got, in the past 5 years, 41 wins, 104 podiums, 2 manufacturer titles also. So they've been killing it.
All right, so what makes the Hyundai i20 WRC car the perfect car for Ken? Well, first off, it's small and nimble. See, this is the style of driving that Ken likes. He likes a car he can huck, throw sideways, and be super confident in where it is on the road. And not only is this a WRC level car, it's modern WRC. So it's got big aero, which means it's a full commitment car. But to make it legal here at ARA, it did have to go through a few modifications. First one is a little less power. It's running a 34 mil restrictor on the turbo. Less air in means less power out. In addition to that, the folks at ARA stacked on an extra 200 pounds of ballast to slow this bad boy down.
We knew that is possible to be competitive here because there's a WRC car currently competing in the US Championship, but it's actually got a bigger engine, a 2-liter engine. So we knew that these cars are all running about the same level, same speed, even though they're all quite different. So that's why we thought the Hyundai WRC car with even the 1.6 liter could be competitive, but it was a bit of a mystery as to how competitive it really would be. So for me, coming into this championship in 2022 with this, WRC car that's actually, 400 cc's less than Barry's Fiesta, but a whole 700 cc's less than that Subaru. So you take my car plus a sport bike and you have the Subaru. So we think this is gonna work, but we don't know. There's just a big question. We won't know till we're actually on the stages racing against these other top spec cars. We're gonna find out real soon.
Hundred Acre Wood is in central Missouri. Is known for its very fast stages, very consistent grip and surfaces. The team history at 100 Acre Wood is probably the best. Ken and I have won the rally 7 times, and I think 6 consecutive wins. 100 Acre Wood, it was an event where we unfortunately couldn't carry as much test as we wanted because the car arrived late from Europe.
We saw some unprofessionalism in the freight industry, which led us to basically turning up at the 100 Acre Wood test with no container.
Dude, where's my car? Where's your car, dude?
And we got the car the night before the test started and had to wrap it. It's one of those things that no one really saw what was going on in the background, but it's like a swan. Everything looks really nice on the top, but underneath everyone was pedaling like hell.
I need to get up to speed in the car, make sure the car's working, and keep the car in great condition because we race only a couple days after this test so that I can at least start stage 1 somewhat comfortable.
It got even more difficult when we had a small accident on the test.
The worst thing that could possibly happen on this test day happened. Like coming down a rough little hill, and it's just a quick little section, and all of a sudden I'm sideways, hit a tree with the rear end.
No fault
Hey,
much
love. Thank
you. Just tore the left,
takes that.
the right rear corner off the car.
Shouldn't have been that big of a deal, but looking at the tire, it looked like it had some damage. It had gone flat, and I didn't know it, so it just pitched us sideways into this tree. And when the team showed up, they just looked at me and looked at it like,
whoop, gone.
And we're now into a major rebuild on the car.
All right, so here's the situation. The team
getting a little more detail with it. Yes, thank you.
Not exactly the capital of spare motorsports parts for rally cars, and this is a brand new car, which means we don't have any backup parts. So right now the team is trying to track down a container, which is supposed to have all the parts we need to be able to get Ken back on. I think the technical definition is f***ed.
The long and short of it was, we were driving up the highway at a legal speed to try and intercept a container coming towards us, knowing that if we got 40 minutes out of one-way route, we could be quicker than he was driving back. That's how desperate we got. A lot of paddling with the feet underneath a calm exterior, but it was taxing.
The car is fixed. The team was able to pull off a miracle, get the car ready to race. 15 miles of testing. So the first stage miles today are going to be the first real test of the car after it's been put back together, but it is what it is.
Because of our knowledge of the roads and the stages, we were able to compensate and found ourselves leading the rally at the end of day 1. That lead carried on into day 2. we're actually doing very well. The confidence was quite high. The lead at that point is about 45 seconds.
Along, right? Are you cheersing me with that? I'll cheers you.
Unfortunate encounter
I
with
don't
the
drink,
deer on
but
3 miles from the end of the event.
I've been needing to. My back is killing me.
Right
I
after
broke my
we
back
hit
when
the
I was
deer,
13
was going through my
doing off-road
We
racing.
only have 3
Fuck.
miles left. And I'm thinking we can do it. We can limit the damage here. And a few seconds more went by, and a split oil line started pouring oil on the windscreen. That made it really difficult to a point that we had to drive basically at walking speed. We ended up losing the rally by 10 or 15 seconds.
The real disappointing thing is the team put in such a huge effort. You know, Derek, Alex, everybody, and then I felt really good because all that effort went to, you know, this great result. You know, me winning my 8th time there. But unfortunately, a deer had a different plan for me. 100 Acre Wood went better than expected. I come away with some good points to start the championship. 2nd overall. A 2nd is way better than a DNF, so I'm happy at least about that part. You know, the crazy thing is, you know, new car for us, first day of the championship with a new race team, and our competition somehow thinks we're cheating.
Some accusations about the car not meeting the technical regulations, including taking the gearbox out and stripping it in front of everybody, which wasn't very professional, to prove that we met the regulations.
Major win.
All right, that's not exactly the results we know Ken wanted. After all, 100 Acre Woods is his race to lose. He's won it so many times, I don't think he knows what it's like to not be on the top of the box. But for the team, it puts us 2nd place overall going into Olympus.
So the Olympus Rally is a classic of the American Championship, and it's based not too far from Seattle. The roads are just legendary.
You know, these are all forest logging roads. There's a lot of gravel, and depending on where the roads go, they can be open areas or it can be quite dense forests with trees right on the edge of the road.
They're notoriously difficult stages, but we've done it many times and we're feeling confident.
See if I can get a reposition these headlights, but I'll take it.
After we're done 100 Acre Wood now, even though we have had some bad luck that relegated us to 2nd place, we're confident that this car is what we like. Ken is going to be able to drive that car and to win.
I was really looking forward to going into the Olympus Rally because I knew we'd have a big test and have a lot more time in the car and be able to really kind of explore some setups and just have more confidence racing. The rally started off fairly well. First stage, it's a very difficult stage, so I started a bit conservative. We were 2nd fastest on the stage. Going into stage 2, I decided to up the pace a little bit. We won the stage. It was a very quick, tricky stage also. And then going into the 3rd stage,
and then watch this. Hell yeah, scoot it over just like that. Scoot my boot. Supposed to be a little bit closer, right? Oh shit.
And unfortunately, had one of the biggest crashes of our career.
Damn it.
Fucking hell, sorry.
It was one of those crashes that scars you mentally. Something that has haunted me for many months. Only recently I've been able to push it away from my mind.
No matter.
Oh no. What happened? Did it do a thing? Did a couple of things. One sec.
How fast I made the wheels go. I couldn't get the car to go that way, so we hit a tree with the left rear, which spun us and hit another tree head on.
Fixed it.
And I remember looking at the book and calling that following slower corner and feeling like the speed is slightly off. We should be slowing down.
Alex did exactly what his job is
to do. Really good night,
he knows a dangerous corner. He even repeated the note, so I knew it was a dangerous corner. So my brain had 2 opportunities to hear that and react, and I didn't.
And when you realize that it's gonna be a sudden stop, that's when you question, are you gonna leave it?
Oh, something's not happy.
So the rally safe equipment registered that impact as a 12G impact. Obviously destroyed the car from the left rear and from the front impact. There's no way that car is getting fixed. There's no way that we're finishing this rally. And our biggest competition, Brandon, who won the previous rally, goes on and wins this rally also.
Our team gives us the safest car with the best safety equipment. Their work and the fact that they selected the best safety equipment was what, in my opinion, kept Ken and I alive. So I'm grateful to that, but it was a nasty crash, one nasty crash.
I have control of the steering wheel, brake, clutch, gearbox, and we're racing down a stage trying to drive flat out to win. And there's 2 of us in that car, and I have another person's life in my hands. So I, really felt that weight on my neck. I go back and just start reflecting and trying to figure this out. And a big factor coming into that rally was that I had an injury on Monday, the week of the race. So start that process of getting massage, chiropractor work, painkillers, all that sort of stuff. Friday we started the race and I'd only been off the ibuprofen for a day or 2, and come to find out with a lot of research that amount of ibuprofen can actually really affect your brain, including even a disconnection of your brain from your hearing.
Oh, that's not good.
So that makes a lot of sense to what happened to us there on stage 3. I'm kind of researching everything from supplements, nutrition, exercise, trying to narrow things down. And as I was getting closer, I actually was able to reach out to a friend of a friend, a guy named Andrew Huberman, who does the Huberman Lab podcast, and tell him the whole scenario and laid out the possibility of this ibuprofen thing. And he said, yeah, that is most likely it. But man,
it's crazy, ibuprofen.
That crash and what it did to us as far as the championship standings, it just made it that the rest of the year, we really had to virtually be as perfect as we possibly could to try and take this title.
So in standard Ken Block fashion, he's stacked way too much onto the schedule. So in addition to the ARA championship, he also competed in the East Africa Safari Rally, one of the coolest rallies there is.
Fucking hill. I don't know why I can up better.
In addition to that, Ken has had a stack of Hunatron testing, both Gymkhana testing, some snow testing, a bunch of different stuff.
Nitto and Curry. A little monster energy right here.
But the biggest project of the year for Ken is to fulfill a childhood dream, actually the thing that got him into rally, to to go race Pikes Peak International Hill Climb. And to do that, we've decided to build an absolute beast of a machine, the Hoona Pegasus. We love working with artists outside the space, so this year we tapped Trevor Andrew, aka Trouble Andrew, aka Gucci Ghost, to help us design a livery.
Yeah, they painted.
And what he brought was something completely different than anything we've done before. For the Hoona Pegasus, Gucci Ghost created a symbol pattern that laid over a pink base, which we loved because it played homage back to the original 91720, or AKA the first port.
Shout out your favorite flavor of Monster in the comments.
So to connect the WRC i20 to the Hoona Pegasus, Trevor took his classic ghost pattern and laid that over black with a multicolor inside, which kind of brings the whole package together for the year.
Mine would be import.
Oregon Trail Rally is a beautiful rally. It runs in the Hood River area and just north of that across the Columbia River in the state of Washington. Very, very fast stages, no trees at all. It's sort of like desert-ish, you know, just very open stages. And the roads, you can tell they haven't been built.
I ran out of green already, and I don't feel like pouring more paint because I feel like finishing for the evening.
So I was looking forward to go this year. But now the pressure is on. We must win Oregon. There is no second place, third place won't do anything.
Without trying to put too much pressure on, it was basically do or die.
Not too much pressure, but you will die if you fail.
I was pretty nervous going into the Oregon Trail Rally.
No pressure, no pressure, no pressure.
We needed to win this event, but there was still that bit of lack of confidence going into the event that can't have happened what happened at Olympus, and we need to go win.
We have a plan to push really hard on day 2 of the event and put a lead on it. And we achieved that. We won, I believe, all the stages of day 2, put us in a solid lead and manage day 3.
And Ken Block.
Alex and I put in a great effort. These guys were great to battle with.
All right, let's see it.
We knew what we needed to do. I was nervous going into it, but at the end of the day, the result was exactly what we needed to get this championship back on track.
Southern Ohio Forest Rally is a new addition to the championship. The roads are quite gravelly, but they have a lot of camber. They're very well built for rain, so very enjoyable to drive from a driver perspective.
The Southern Ohio Forest Rally is actually one of my new favorite rallies in our U.S. Championship. It's just amazing stages.
It's quite slow and technical compared to the rest of the events in the American Championship.
Technical, flowy, lots of great linking turns, and my confidence was really starting to come back. It started off by us getting the exact road position we wanted. We won stage 1, which was Thursday night on the tarmac in town, and the Friday stages went along.
Only beadlocks on the outside, not on the inside. Details matter.
We started really strong again. Same strategy as Oregon. Push it on the first day and maintain on the second day.
And Alex and I were just able to be on it and be on it for every stage and put in good stage times throughout the entire event. So now Brandon John Semenick had 2 wins. Alex and I had 2 wins. Travis is still right there also. He just hasn't won any events this year, and we were starting to be right back in that championship.
I think this thing's a big win.
We're back in the game and ready to fight.
All right, here we are, halfway through the season. 4 events down, 4 left to go. And it has been a wild one. From deer strikes to some pretty big offs, Ken and Alex have not had it easy. And unfortunately, New England, historically, has been a place for some other big moments.
New England Forest Rally runs in New Hampshire and Maine, so again, logging roads, quite wide and fast, but those roads are built with a lot of rock base, so punctures and other issues, mechanical issues, are common at that event.
So it's the New England Forest Rally, and it's been a wild one for me. From my first in-care moment, racing a rallycross car there and having it chuck me off the road, to rolling Mikazi. So it's been a wild event for me, but I have a couple wins there. And one of my favorite things about the New England Forest Rally is we always do a good test the week before at the Team O'Neill Rally School. So we set up a great test there for myself, Leah, and Lucy. And we brought in a great instructor for Leah, which is Brendan Reeves.
A little bit of left foot brake there, and then the same here, just to settle the car.
He came in, did some great instruction for Leah, and Leah really took a couple levels step up in speed, and she was getting really confident and really happy. And then the worst thing happened.
Yeah, sorry, we're not gonna finish this hour-long video. If you'd like to continue it, it's there. Go fast, risk everything.
For her, because she got
That's what we about sometimes. Not gonna lie.
And now she doesn't.
Pretty sick documentary about the man himself, Ken Block. He is R.I.P. Rest in paradise, but will always be an inspiration to me in my off-road racing.
Looking forward to New England Forest Rally. Now
I'm sure thousands and thousands of people.
So everything's really coming
Hundreds
together.
of thousands of people watched him every year.
It's one of those events where we carry a lot of experience, so we're feeling confident.
Have a good rally, Ken.
Yep, you too, Alex.
First 2 stages is Concord Pond, so we do it once and then go do a regroup and then come back and do it the second time.
It's just plays worlds.
Thank you all for joining the show. I hope you all had a wonderful time. It's yours truly, the Bucket Man. You were tuned in to Tot Worldwide, down the rabbit hole. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you all next time. Cheers, fam.